Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Can you type your name and where you're joining us from? Welcome, Samuel. Where are you joining us from? Okay, welcome, College from Lagos State. Welcome, brother. Then welcome, Dilimak from Niwi. Welcome, welcome. Let's just give them a few more minutes before we kick off. So once it's 7:11, we'll kick off. But welcome, guys. We'll kick off in the beat. Let's just wait for others to join us. Welcome. Please drop your name and where you're joining us from. All right, let's kick off. Welcome on board, guys. I promise I won't take your time. I'll be showing you pairs that will analyze for us to make money. So initially, very early in the morning today, I dropped this setup on the free chat on the free channel, and as you can see, trade has really moved a great deal. Like it just did 50 pips there about. Though I'm expecting this FOMC to push it up, but I don't know. Nonetheless, Wow, that's 93 pips. Oh. That's more than 50 pips. That's 93 pips. Yes. Wow. Price already 93 pips from the entry. I think I got in late because I did not make 50 pips from the. I think I got in late. I did not make 50 pips from the trade. So please welcome. Someone said they almost borrowed money for this setup. It's fine. Remember, trading doesn't finish. Cannot. There are series of trades to place, so it's not just only one. You get. Don't worry. As long as we're in the group, we'll keep trading more. So, but then there are other people that joined us. Please, can you drop your name and where you joining us from on the chat box so I can see Samuel from Lagos. Welcome. Daily Mark from Navy. Welcome. So the remaining, drop your name and where you joining us from. So let me continue. So I don't know. I expect this guy to push up, because there is a gap here. Market opened with, and I expect market to fill it. That's the normal rule that market is meant to fill every gap it's opened with in the week. On Monday, price opened with a gap. Yeah, Monday. So I expect price to fill it, but nonetheless, anything that happens will stay put. So that's it on GBP. If you understood this setup, you can drop one on the chat box. Let me be sure I'm riding with you guys. Welcome, John Paul from Suka. Welcome, Dixon from Benin. Welcome, Osondo from Newi. Welcome, everyone. All right, let me continue. So this is what I'm expecting on GPJPY. So if you understood this my explanation, type one on the chat box. This could actually push. Though there are series of news about to happen today. By 7:30, FOMC conference will be done, and this guy too, Trump will be speaking by 9 o'clock. So a lot will be happening in the market today. Nonetheless, anything can happen. So that's it. Let's move to the next. Okay, see the gap here. Someone asked a question. Where is the gap that I'm expecting market to fill? This is the gap here on here. See it here. Let me go to one of. See the gap here. This gap. You see it here. This one that opened there. If you check your chart, you see it. So that's it. Um, Let me continue. Please, if you are joining us, drop your name and where you are joining us from. So, um, so going down, that's for GPGPY. Then I have gold. Gold, Jesus. Wow. I analyzed this setup earlier today. And price has already ticked the investment. I've already taken my entry in. It's fine. I actually analyzed this trade yesterday, and price has already hit my entry point. About to push up, push up, push up. But let's see what the market has for us though. We don't enter gold now, there's news. So market will just dey swipe up and down. But nonetheless, this is a good trade. So the reason I entered gold was first and foremost, you can see something on gold here. Price has been in an uptrend. See this here. So yeah, you get. So price took out this low here as the inducement. Here is 100% retracement. Let me show you. Please, if you don't understand anything, do well to ask me a question. Remember, the goal of this class is for you to gain value before you leave here. It will be very bad if you don't gain any value and you just spend 30 minutes here without nothing. That's very bad. So, if you don't understand anything, endeavor to ask me a question. So, see this here now. If I take my Fibonacci to, I think it was last 2 weeks class that I explained Fibonacci to. You can go and watch. So you can see price is currently at 100% retracement. That's one reason I think that will buy. This guy will buy, and I'm certain it will buy. But I can't take any trade now. No reason why I don't want to take any trade now on gold is first and foremost we have a news coming up. Secondly is price has already moved almost 100 pips from my entry and 90 pips from my entry. So if a pullback comes down, then I can take the trade. Obviously, any trade I enter, I always drop it for you on the chat box. Welcome, Felix from Lagos. Yeah, it's just a psychology thing. I've always seen it since then. I've been trading. I've always been seeing once market opens with a gap, there's a high time. There's most times price tend to go back and fill those gaps. You get, so that's why I say so. Not necessarily like it's a rule. You understand me? Yep. So that's it. Let me continue. So that's it on gold. So I already explained. Then GPY basket. So let me clear everything and explain for you this JPY basket. So I want to make sure you learn something from this today. So see, if you are trading JPY pairs, JPY basket is what controls all the JPY pairs. At any point in time you see JPY pairs, JPY basket, this JPY basket, yen basket, at any point you see it selling, JPY pairs will be buying. At any point you see it buying, JPY pairs will be at any point you see it buying, JPY pairs will be selling. Let me show you. It's let's go to day one time frame. From this day one time frame, what can you see? You can see price has been tanking, has just been going down, right? Let's go to every JPY pair. Let's start with JPY. You see? Pushing up. Euro JPY. Okay, this Euro USD. Euro JPY. Pushing up too. Yeah, only this. I'm not sure this USD respects it sometimes. Yeah, I talk. No, this is USD cash. Sorry, USD JPY. USD JPY na the only notorious guy why I don't know where they but GP JPY and Euro JPY they respect this correlation very very well. So let's go back to JPY basket. So from JPY basket, from here you can see the traditional head and shoulder pattern. which is this. If you can remember, this is head and shoulder pattern. You see a head and shoulder pattern formed here, and we expect price to drop down to here, if not here, just this one. This is this one here, just here. You get? So on 1 hour. So that's the overall what we are waiting for. So on 1 hour here, 1 hour here, you can see price creating a trend line liquidity. There's a trend line here. So we expect price to break this guy and continue with our trend. You get me? So from our normal pattern that we trade, have a sweep here, right? So we are taking our trade from this Doge candle here. So this would make more sense now. This. So we are basically expecting this guy to tank, at least cover this our trend line liquidity first. You get me? So that's it. That's what I'm expecting on GPY basket. That's why I'm following up it with GPJPY, expecting it to buy. You get? So if you are understanding what I've been saying, please can you type one on the chat box? If you do not understand what I've been saying, can you type one on the chat box? Let me know if you're following me. Nice one, Balemo Faki. Thank you, my brother. All right, nice one, Chris Mark. All right, let me continue since you guys are understanding. So that's it on currency pair. There's no other major trade I'm looking out for here. Bitcoin. I don't really trade Bitcoin. No. I don't really trade the guy. I don't really trade Bitcoin. Then gold. I've told you guys my bias on gold. Um, which other place? That's basically it on currency pair. So let me share my screen for. Let me share my screen for um all right, I'm coming. Let me explain it. My guy Balemo Faki. So this is it, brother, on JPY basket on the day one time frame. So see it, brother, it's on day one time frame. Can you see it clearly now? Can you see it clearly? See the two left shoulder, this right shoulder, this is the head. You get the gist now. You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. I'm glad you understood. So let me present my synthetic indices. indices. So on 24 hours here. So as you all know, you could know that I only trade through few synthetic indices pairs, and these are them: VIX 100, VIX 75, VIX 10, VIX 25, VIX 51S, and VIX 25 1S. So let's start with VIX 100. 100 is in a downtrend, but has been consolidating for days. If you can see on this day one time frame, so I've not been looking at it in a while. I've not been looking at it in a while. So the best thing to do is just to be patient with this guy. No trades on it yet. No trades on it yet. You get no trade on VIX 100 yet. Just free the guy. Gaming. Just free the guy. Nothing much on the guy. So VIX 75. 75 has been tanking, and I missed all this move. Good money. Oh. I missed it. I've just been focusing on currency pair. But the way I would have cut this trade is this trend line here. But then let me show you this replica now. Something like that is happening on VIX 10. I would like us to marks on it. So see that on VIX 10. So see that on VIX 10. You see, let me draw the trend line on 4 hours. Let me go down to 4 hours so I can see trend line very well. You can see the trend line now. So we're waiting for price to hit this trend line, then we'll sell. Then see this. Let me go to 1 hour time frame. So moment price hit this trend line and come into this zone is a good sell. On VIX 10, VIX 10 made me a lot of money last year. Oh God. So this is it. I don't know whether you're following me. Let me check. All right. So that's for VIX 10. Then on VIX 25, the guy did uptrend though. This 24 hours. I've been looking at it for a while. This is an uptrend, but stay away from the guy. I've been looking so mischievous. Just leave this with 100. But then but this VIX 10, don't miss it though. Then VIX 51S. VIX 51S. This one is very volatile though. So if you dey step on it, be careful. Well, I'm not seeing anything on VIX 50 1S. Was it VIX 25 1S that I did not cut? I'm not seeing anything on VIX 50 1S though. I'm not seeing anything to be frank. But this would have been a good trade if I saw it. This is the breaker block, and this is the inducement. That's passed. So this is VIX 25. I think my friend caught a trade on that. And this guy, this evening, this the afternoon, around one. See it here. See the trade. He cut here. He cut this. He cut this trade from this trend line. Very mad sniper. Bag crazy money. So he cut this and this. But for now, just leave this 25 one here. Just focus on this VIX 10 that we have spotted here. Remember, a replica of VIX 10. See 24 hours. You see, if you see 24 hours, you see what it's doing, Abby. Then look at VIX 75. You see, same thing that happened here. It was coming down. You see, immediately hit the trend line, it dropped like mad. Same thing that is happening here. You see, same thing coming down. So immediately hit this trend line, I expect it to drop like mad. That's it. So throw me your questions, fam. Before we call it a day, if you have any questions to ask me, you can proceed and ask me before we call it a day. Any questions before we call it a day? It's V75 and VIX 10. VIX75 and VIX 10. This is the question. Which of these charts are looking like VIX75 and VIX 10? So, since in the absence of question, we can call it a day. See you next week. I'll drop every setup on the chat box. So, okay, someone still have a question. Question. So, he said I was sorting charts based on similarities. Yeah, correlation do work sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. Remember, everything this trading thing is a game of probability. So, and more than anything, just risk management is what will save you from any mess. So that's it, my people. If you have any question, you can send it to my DM. Remember to join our WhatsApp channel or the Telegram channel. That's why I dropped the trades for us to enter. So see you on the